And welcome back to a brand new video here on my channel. And this is a very, very exciting video because this marks the first video about my medical school journey here at Manchester. This video is going to be all about my first week at medical school. And I'm here with Raoul, who is a graduate medic. And we met last night because we actually did a graduate dinner.
Dinner is a nice way to put it.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. I mean, it was meant to finish at about 10. Where were we at 2 a.m?
God knows, everyone was somewhere else.
But I am very excited to see what the week has in store for us, and I'm going to take you with me. So let's do it. So we are the first people in this lecture theatre?
Yes.
Brand new building? Yes. What? How does it feel to step foot in university?
It smells so fresh.
Do you know what? It does smell fresh. I'm not feeling fresh though. Well, I don't know about you, but that's one thing I'm not feeling is fresh.
I'm concerned I don't see the other 500 of us.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a concern. Are we late? Did we get the time wrong? No, I don't think we did. So the lecture does start at 10. It's a 45-minute introductory lecture, so we're going to be briefed. Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, that just goes to show how prepared.
Yeah.
So it is a 2-hour introductory lecture where we're going to learn about, you know, what's to come.
Essential skills, I think.
It was super inspiring and was delivered by our course leads. We were introduced to what life would be like as a doctor and told us that the oral contraceptive pill was actually developed here. After meeting my PBL group, who I'm going to be studying with lots this semester, I walked back to my flat to make some lunch. Protein bagels with ham, avocado, egg, and an excessive amount of mustard. Unreal.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favourite things to eat for lunch.
As it's a 5-minute job and cleaning up after is pretty minimal. 20 grams of protein in one of these pots. Fantastic. All dosed up on protein, I filled out some forms before heading upstairs to get some free coffee. Because obviously it's essential to get your money's worth.
But by the way, this is my flatmate, this is Matt. So we grew up together and now we have moved in to this absolutely wonderful flat. But before I kick on with collecting my lab coat, I had to do some documents and fill out some forms, which I probably should have done before starting this week.
But after Matt took some really accurate shoulder measurements, I headed over to the Stopford building to meet my PBL group, where we started our tour by finally collecting our lab coats. We then moved on to the library, where I came to accept I'd be spending most of my life, before checking out the PBL rooms.
And that was the tour of the Stopford building, which was very interesting. But right here we've got Amy. How are we doing?
Good.
She joined us last night in the graduate dinner and it went a bit crazy. How'd you find it?
It was fun.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was really good. Thanks for organising it.
Do you feel refreshed this morning?
Yeah.
Because I felt everything but.
Yeah, no, it was a tough start.
Definitely difficult waking up this morning at 9 a.m. We're going to head over to the Freshers Fair, go check out some of the stuff over there and get some freebies.
Yeah, free pizza.
Free pizza. That sounds like a bit of me. So on the first day there is not only the Freshers Fair, but there is also the Start of Year Fair, which is today and tomorrow. So we're going to check out exactly what is going on here. Why did you sign up? Because you wanted to hear the updates, or?
No, I didn't actually sign up.
You just wanted a free bottle. So I just met some of the other graduates at the Brewdog, and right now we're over at the Student Union building because we're going to go to the Freshers Fair, and we're going to get some of the freebies over there, so that's pretty cool. Yes, bro, how are we doing? You okay?
Oh, am I on camera?
How was it?
It was nice.
Yeah?
I think I'm not going to remember any of that though.
So it turns out to enter the student fair, you actually have to have evidence of a negative lateral flow test or a NHS vaccine card. I'll be honest, a little bit unimpressed with the Freshers Fair here. What do you reckon?
I agree with you. I don't know, there's two, right?
I mean, look, it's pretty empty over here. There's not much going on. Some of the freebies are things such as pens and leaflets, so you're not really going to get much. There is pizza though.
It's like half a slice as well.
It's half a slice as well.
No, half a half slice.
And this right here is the Student Union building, which has the poster showroom going on, so we're going to go check that out. Come on, looking like that. So it appears if you fancy a poster, you can get those, but also if you want a haircut, you can also get one of those. So I'm pretty satisfied that I have familiarized myself with the campus. I'm pretty tired now, so I think we're gonna head back to Vita.
I
will. See you tomorrow. Right, I will see you when I next see you.
Probably tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow. Here we are back in the flat after a really tiring day. Really, do you need to be fully refreshed for the first day, the first week? Or should you focus more on attending the social occasions with your colleagues that are on the course and building those kind of relationships? I do appreciate that this morning's lecture was just an introductory lecture. You know, more of an inspirational talk. It wasn't any kind of knowledge-based. So you can get away with feeling tired if the benefit to that is going to be that you're going to build great relationships with people on the course, which I had the opportunity to do last night with many of the graduate medics. And you have probably noticed that throughout this entire week, my hair has stayed very consistent. And for that, I have to thank Blue Man for their incredible hair products. And they're also very kindly sponsoring today's video. Now, because I spend so much time in the swimming pool, the chlorine absolutely destroys my hair. So I need some products that can replenish those hair follicles, bring back that volume, and make my hair look healthy again. So for that, I'm gonna be telling you about my two favorite go-to products by Blue Man: the Ascend Volume Cream and the Cavalier Heavy Clay. After jumping out the shower, I will towel dry my hair and grab the Ascend Volume Cream and apply a dime-sized amount into my hands, rub it around, and evenly distribute it throughout my hair. Now, this cream does exactly what it's designed to, which is add volume, texture, and definition. And this is an absolutely essential step in the hair routine because it will leave your hair looking thicker, fuller, and more voluptuous. Now, for the styling part, I use the Cavalier Heavy Clay, which works with your hair to create texture and an all-day hold. And honestly, you can count on this stuff to make your hairstyle last all day without any need to reapply it. Its dense consistency allows it to control coarse, wavy, and thick hair. And it also nourishes and strengthens your hair with organic oils, proteins, and amino acids. Look, I'm being serious. I genuinely swear by these products. I've used so many different hair waxes, and I can honestly tell you that these are the best on the market. So use my code MATT at the checkout, and you'll be able to get 10% off your entire order. But let's get back to the video. Once Matt was home, it was time to establish how accurate his measuring skills were. At first, I wasn't fully convinced.
No, I think it's alright, Matt, because it's supposed to cover clothing on top of that.
Clothing on underneath, and obviously bulking season's gonna soon approach. You know, these shoulders, they're only getting wider. What do we reckon? Is it a thumbs up? If it's a thumbs down, don't thumbs down, but just hit the thumbs up button. Once I'd convinced myself that it actually fit, for dinner I cooked a bolognese with turkey, as it's a leaner protein alternative to chicken, with brown pasta, as it's a slow release carbohydrate, keeping you fuller for longer and less likely to snack. I have just finished watching my first introductory lecture about how to do physical examinations. And yeah, I'm quite impressed with these resources that Manchester have put online. Had an incredible day. It's such an amazing day. I've met so many amazing people. Also, we've got these group chats on WhatsApp, which is such a powerful thing to do, because in a course like medicine, you have to collaborate with your colleagues, and that is how you perform well. It's all about the relationships that you make with other students and how you can aid one another. I've had an amazing day today. I really have. I think that's me signing out. See you tomorrow. And good morning from the second day. This morning, it was really fun because myself and some of the graduates, we all got together and watched our lectures, sat around the desk and had coffees. This is what my situation looks like when traveling down to London. I've got my rucksack there with my laptop, DJ mixer here, CDJ there. Very unpractical in terms of carrying. I've actually just ordered an Uber to my lecture because I don't want to be sweating, even though I am sweating. So it's a 25-minute walk to the PBL session, but it would make more sense to just get an Uber, which is 1 minute away, so I'll catch you down there. And that is because this evening I'm DJing at a party for London Fashion Week, but not before attending my very first PBL session. And so that was the end of a very brief PBL session, but I did have to leave after only half an hour. It was fun meeting the facilitator and working on our first sort of group exercise. And we just basically played like a charades game, but I do have to get down to London. I've got a train which is in 25 minutes.
And so I took a 5-minute Uber to the station and was due to arrive into Euston at 5:06 p.m, despite needing to be at Waterloo by 5:30 p.m.
And so I've made it in plenty of time, ready for my train to London Euston. I'm feeling good. I don't feel as stressed as I was before. I am not going to be using my main camera because I have so many things to carry. The mixer, both CDJs and my overnight stuff. So I am going to be shooting the rest of today and the start of tomorrow until I get home on this camera, so you might notice a little bit more cropped in.
But this was the perfect opportunity for me to reply to some emails, do some university admin, and organise some of tonight's playlists.
And so I made it in good time. I'm currently at the Park Plaza in London at Westminster, and this is where the London Fashion Week party is being held. It's going to be a show, so there's going to be some models coming, but this is where it's going to be happening. There's also a pianist, which is super cool. He's going to be playing live. So before kicking things off, we have actually come to the Park Plaza's Star Canteen. So I've got some aubergine, spicy there, chicken, korma, and yeah, this is the area where I guess the staff eats. I was hoping that we were going to be able to eat in the actual restaurant though.
But it's all good because that and the red berry Ciroc with soda kept me going for the rest of the night. And wow, what a wicked night it was. And if you want to hear the mix, I'll put a SoundCloud link in the video description below.
I've done a 6-hour marathon of DJing and the event was just a vibe. I'm so glad I came down. It was so worth it. But I'm going to grab an Uber home. And back we are, and I'm at my sister's flat here in central London. She's actually asleep. She's been so kind to let me stop at hers. I'm actually not sure if I'm that tired anymore because whenever I DJ, I'm like bouncing around everywhere. But what an amazing evening. The DJ set went incredibly well. I wish I got way more footage and recorded more, but it is bedtime, so good night. And a very good morning. This morning I woke up at 8:55 because my first online lecture, which was an introduction to evidence-based medicine, started at 9 a.m. and it was actually really interesting. We learned about a few different kinds of drugs, and the lecture was conducted by a trauma doctor who works at the MRI, which is potentially one of the 4 hospitals that I could be placed in through years 3 to 5. So it was a really good introduction, and my second one was the introduction to anatomy because we do dissection in Manchester to aid our learning, but it was very vital that I attended these 2 lectures. I'm just writing an invoice for yesterday's DJ job. Gonna get that sent off and hopefully that'll get paid within the next 2 days. So really quick payment turnaround time for this client. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna jump on a Boris bike, cycle to get some food, and just before starting my 3rd lecture of the day, I've come to this restaurant called Papa Dum. But the reason that I've come here is actually because I'm on this app called Freechly, and I actually had 3 of these apps whilst I was living in London, and what they allow me to do is, because I have a social media following, is I can get experiences, food, restaurants, like activities like mini golf, all sorts of really cool stuff in exchange to post on Instagram. That could be a story or a feed post.
Which was absolutely game-changing when I was living in London. But after my lecture, I made my way over to the Tate Modern to see the Kasama Yayoi art exhibition, which my amazing sister managed to get me tickets for.
I'm just delighted that my sister's gone to Ibiza and I get to go to this exhibition.
Or maybe she just couldn't go. Nevertheless, I still love her, but it also seems that now I actually love art, because this exhibition was truly spectacular, and I can recommend it to absolutely everyone that can somehow get tickets.
And this is the first of the live shows. We get only 2 minutes inside these little exhibitions. So that one was absolutely unreal. I think part of this artist's whole agenda with art is all about making the person that's viewing the art feel a part of the art, as opposed to when you look at art generically, you generally feel separate to that piece of artwork. But that was great timing because I've got another lecture in 5 minutes, so I'm going to nip around the corner to Joe and the Juice before my peer mentoring introductory session.
Because at Manchester, among all other support, we also get students in older years that act as mummies and daddies, both of which are 5 years younger than me. Next, it was time to pick up my bike from my good friend Ben and find out where he shops.
Can I just say, the outfit is wicked though. Where did you get these pants from?
Uniqlo.
Uniqlo, and where's the t-shirt from?
Uniqlo.
Is it all Uniqlo?
Yeah.
Is that your bike from
Yeah, it's
when
my
you were a
school
kid?
bike.
It's his school bike. That right there is Ben's bike. It resembles what I had when I was 14.
After saying bye to Ben, I was feeling a bit peckish, so I met up with Lydia, where we spent a good 20 minutes deciding whether to order wine.
But I have got a train in an hour and a half, and that is the last train. And somehow I've been convinced on a school night
That drinking was a good idea. Which it is. It always is.
it is 9:40, so I'm going to get to Manchester at 10 to 12. And my bike's there. I don't know where it's meant to go because I had to book this, but I will see you in Manchester.
After spending 2 hours staring at my timetable, casting some kind of spell in hopes that things would disappear, I made it home after absolutely amazing 24 hours I've had in London. I also picked up a new lens for my mini point and shoot camera, and that is because the only criticism I have about this camera, despite it being so powerful and so small, is the fact that it is too cropped. And the reason why I absolutely love this camera, which I'm shooting on right now, is because obviously the lens is so wide, and that's a really important factor when you are videoing. But unfortunately, because this camera is so big, I'm not sure how practical it is, especially being a medical student. So that is why I've got this camera, because I feel like it's more appropriate, especially when I'm out and about on campus. After applying the new lens to my Sony ZV-1, here's a quick comparison of how a £2,000 setup compares to one for £800. And just to kind of illustrate the kind of width that you get with the extra wide-angle lens, this is without, and that is with. So as you can see, I'm holding my arm at the same kind of distance, but when I stick the extra lens on, got some more width. Go to bed, because this morning I had breakfast with a coffee on the roof whilst doing some preparation for our first practice PBL session, where the group got together and the facilitator acted as both the scribe and the chair. Throughout the week, all of the lectures, all of the anatomy would be content to support our learning for our case, which would then help us when it comes to closing the case on Friday, which would be our second PBL session of the week, where we would kind of all come together and present our findings as a group and close that case for the week. So that is how the learning takes place in these PBL sessions. But I've got myself another lovely coffee from upstairs, which is amazing, and my mum and dad are here because we are gonna take this chest of drawers over there, which doesn't fit in my wardrobe, back to IKEA. Let me also give you a quick room tour of what we have done so far with the room. So the bed obviously came with the room. As you can see, I am gonna do another like full flat tour video, but that's not this video. I'm just gonna kind of give you a little look at it. But this desk as well is what we got from IKEA. Table here, we also have the chest of drawers, which hasn't yet been assembled. And of course, this drawer, which was meant to go inside there, just to kind of provide extra storage. So, let's go to IKEA. And we have just made a quick stop off at the post office because I needed to submit my DBS form. And in order to submit your DBS form, you need 3 pieces of evidence documenting where you live. So I provided my birth certificate, driving license, and also my passport. But it is essential whilst you are at medical school. So I am currently in IKEA, which for me is a very, very stressful place. We're picking up a bookcase and a bedside table, and we've just been around like rushing about to try and select the items and get down in the warehouse and then pick them up, because I also need to get back to the flat for 4 PM because I've also got an online lecture. I do appreciate how they do have calm, relaxing music playing all around IKEA. It's not working, but it's a nice try. After making my way to the canteen for a highly nutritious lunch, the traffic meant I had to watch my online lecture in the backseat of my dad's car. It was just an intro to anatomical terms: pronation, supination, adduction, abduction, depression. How's everything going?
It's on IKEA, so it's...
Yeah.
And IKEA's just like a Lego kit, isn't it?
It is, it's like a Lego kit, but it's way more difficult than it should be. Yeah. Well, Lego's easy, but IKEA isn't. You know? After saying bye to my parents, I made my way back on campus to check out the sports fair and left shortly after when I realised the only thing that I'm good for is the pool. And so now I'm at the restaurant where I'm playing at tonight, Thursday through Saturday. I play here from 6 till 10. This place does get absolutely ramo. This is my spot right here. And so this is the outfit for tonight. All Saints, Couples. Couples, that is pretty much all I wear. The hall, if you haven't taken a photo in this hallway, did you even come? He's on the vlog.
Well, hello boys and girls.
Yeah, so Tim, you're the cleaner here, right? You do the bins.
No, I just collect dirty glasses.
And in the restaurant, beautiful. And I am back in the flat now, and my mum and dad had pretty much left this place in an amazing state. I absolutely loved the set. It's amazing working there because that, for me, isn't really work. I consider it downtime. It's more of a hobby. And it also stops me from going out and drinking and spending money, which you ordinarily would be doing. It is 11:41 and I do have a 9 a.m, which will be the final day of my first week at med school. So I will see you guys in the morning. Say you'll see them in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Yeah, you'll see in the morning as well. Mine.
And what better way to start your Friday morning off than with some anatomy? After which, I made my way over to a graduate medics meet and greet, where I met up with Raoul and greeted the snacks. Shortly after, I sat through yet another introductory lecture on my phone. But I am gonna head back to my flat now just because I need to get my AirPods and I need to actually check in on the video call and be able to contribute into this next lecture. I've actually joined this meeting room with a load of the other students. I think this is really good because Manchester's making a real good effort to allow us opportunities to meet other students despite the fact that all of this is online nowadays. So I really like the effort that they are putting in with that. Where are we off to now, Raoul?
MedSoc Fair.
The MedSoc Fair to meet some more of the medics and also to find out about some of the societies that are there specifically for us medical students. If you are a medical student, you're going to find it invaluable to meet all the different societies because there are so many different resources available here at Manchester, such as surgery, cardiology, there's neurology, there's so many different societies where you're going to find out about really cool workshops and really cool events. Be prepared to feel absolutely exhausted after, but it was a lot of fun and I would highly advise you to go.
Before heading to the gym for a quick
power workout, just doing the chest. Only had about 40 minutes because I desperately need to get to work.
since I'm finishing off my week by playing from 6 till 10 back at Restaurant Yours.
One of the perks of working here at Yours is the staff food is unreal. Today we got burgers, we got fries, which isn't ideal after a workout.
But it was an amazing way to finish a busy first week at medical school.
And so, I got a very, very exciting delivery, and that is an absolute essential whilst you're training to be a doctor. But one of those things is going to be a stethoscope. This was actually a gift from my mum. She put it on my pillow when I got accepted into medical school, so it was really cute because this was her old stethoscope which she used when she was practicing as a GP. She's now retired, but it was a really cute little gesture that she gave me. I decided, after having spoken to the Disability Students Allowance, because I am actually deaf in my left ear, which resulted in me being able to apply to the Disability Students Allowance, and I was entitled to an upgraded stethoscope, which means it comes with a few extra features. One of the features is it's got my name engraved into it, which is like a bit sad. Basically what this does that this doesn't do is it can isolate sounds, so it has a noise cancelling feature, so if you're in a busy ward, busy hospital, I can still isolate that sound and hear it. And it's also got an amplification kind of technology within it, so any kind of sounds which are quite quiet, subdued, it can amplify them. So that is absolutely wicked, really excited to learn how to use this thing, because currently I haven't got a clue. One of the most amazing features about this is you can actually Bluetooth sync it up to your phone and you can actually analyze the waveforms. So assess the patient and examine them, and then you can go and analyze that patient's waveform after. So that is absolutely wicked. So yeah, it's my electronic stethoscope.
After which, I made a very healthy salmon lunch before signing out from this vlog.
But that is pretty much going to be it for this video, this first week at medical school. And also, I have just started a new Instagram page. It's @themedicmatthew, so make sure you go over there because I will be posting more regular updates of my day-to-day activities and my day-to-day life. So if you have enjoyed this one, make sure you hit the like button down below and also subscribe to my channel because I post regular videos here on this channel. But as always, I will see you in the next one.